Hello, thank you for joining me today. It's been a long time. I just had a few days at home and I thought I'd just quickly do a little video about September, the remainder of the days of September. We've still got quite a long way to go before September 2023 ends. And the reason why I thought I'd just do this, A, because I have time, and B, because, wow, everything is about Leo currently. So let's have a little look and see what's going on. I'm not completely, what do you call it? I'm not completely ready for everything. But yeah, as I was looking, I'm going to go back so you can just see, like, if I go back to today, which is the 7th. Okay, so although I will do this for, you know, all the ascendants, but I just wanted you to just see what the focus is very much on Leo. So wherever Leo is in your chart, it's really good to give it some energy, because Jupiter and Rahu are actually aspecting, as is Saturn, and they're both retrograde in the sense that there is like some work to be done behind the scenes, not just in those, you know, like so wherever that sign is, like Aries and also Capricorn, you're going back and redoing some things. Maybe thinking about, you know, whatever area of your life that kind of sign represents, and how you can go back and just finalize certain things. And so obviously in the sign also we have Mercury retrograde again, you know, more to do, and because obviously all these planets are retrograde, so they are reflecting and reviewing and reassessing everything. And they all have an influence on Leo. Sun, the ruler of the sign, is also there till a little bit like middle of the month. So it's an important time. And not only that, we have Venus from one side and Mars on the other side hemming the sign as well. So, you know, there are things to wonder about. And Leo in itself is all about creativity, children, and expressing yourself. Is highly artistic. So it's, if you think the third house is how you express yourself, etc., third houses, 3 houses from the third house is your 5th house. So it's extreme creativity. It's all those talents that one can express, and it's all forms of things like film and photography, education, academic education. It's teaching, being a teacher, being an advisor, consultant, and singing, playing instruments, writing. Everything can be embraced within Leo. Leo is also where we like to have some form of, if you like, it's the palace. It's so, for example, somebody who has 4th house, which will be like a Taurus ascendant, 4th house is Leo. So they like to have a home. That's very important. They like to have a fixed abode, because obviously this sign is a fixed sign, and it's also because it's ruled by the king. They want to feel at ease at home. They'll probably spend quite a lot of time at home. So all those kind of things are very important. Look at your 4th house, whatever ascendant you are, and just, you know, spend some time thinking about it. Mars has already been in Leo. Venus was in there and retrograded back into Cancer. So there's a lot going on regarding this sign. So, and also the new moon will occur in this sign. So lots of things going on about Leo. Okay, so I'm just going to stop this and just carry on with the ascendants. Thank you. Hello, thank you for joining me. This video is for Sagittarius Ascendant or Sagittarius Moon, using the sidereal zodiac for the month of September 2023, whatever is left of it. So hello, I hope you're all well and having a good summer, obviously depending on where you are in the world, and great to be back. I had a bit of time, so I thought, oh, let's do a video or two. Okay, so right, what's happening with you guys? Wow, look at that. Jupiter, your 1st and 4th house ruler, is retrograde, so it's obviously a lot of things are reviewing, reassessing, rethinking, but it's creating a fantastic situation in the sense that it's first astral ruler in the fifth house, that is a Dhan and Raj Yoga. Fourth house ruler in the fifth house, that is a Raj Yoga. Both of them of really high standard because they Jupiter is actually in friendly sign. It's sitting with Rahu, so it means that it's actually you get the good, the valuable qualities of Rahu. Rahu being the new, something different, and it's going to be in your fifth house for a while. Well, till 30th of October. It has been there for a while, so there's been some changes in the way, in your creativity world, if you like, some changes in how you deal with speculations, romance, education, children, etc. Jupiter is also aspecting first house, protecting you. It's obviously in the fifth house, so protecting your children and your assets. It's also aspecting your 11th house, which is like first house rule aspect in the 11th house, creates a fantastic Dhan Yoga, and it's also aspecting your 9th house. So again, another Raja and Dhan Yoga. So it's really helping you. And also for you, Saturn rules your 2nd and 3rd house. It's in the 3rd house, so you know that's like I guess what you do in your, rather than connecting with lots of different people, if you like, you actually are getting to know the people a little bit better. So all those people that throughout time you've actually have known and everything, what you're doing, you're spending more time not being so much a social butterfly, but being the, because obviously your 11th house is Libra, so you like to kind of have a harmonious time with your friends, if you like. You love your friends, but what's happening now, you're actually really banking on those friendships to be a little bit on the deeper side. So you're going a little bit deeper with everything and spending a bit more time with them when you see them. From there, Saturn is also aspecting your 5th house. So it's a highly creative thing. So 3rd house ruler aspect in the 5th house. So this is like 5th house being 3rd of the 3rd from the 3rd. So it's like Bhavat of the 3rd house. So very creative time. These sort of things give you a lot of joy. Jupiter being there gives you a lot of opportunities for fun and happiness, optimism, etc. And then from there also it's aspecting what would be Leo, your 9th house. So, you know, both Jupiter and Saturn are creating opportunities in your 9th house of education, of being like reading more, traveling more, and just generally speaking, like being around people who've got the same ideals as you, same belief systems as you. And also from there is aspecting what would be your 12th house. So like helping you end some things that no longer serve you, friendships that maybe don't no longer serve you, maybe some hobbies that you were doing before, you're not that interested in them anymore. But it also makes you a lot more, what you might call a lot more charitable, a lot more serious about like, you know, tying all the loose ends. During the time that Saturn is there for you. Saturn is in opposition till the 18th, 17th, 18th with the Sun. This is like a little bit difficult in the sense that what happens is we could be a little bit rigid in our thinking, in how we conduct ourselves in those areas really. So so it's really good during this time not to really be at a loggerheads with any of your friends, colleagues, siblings, or your father, boss, etc. Just let things be, and just, you know, this is a very short time. Sun is in good dignity, but you know, Sun is ego, so that's how it is, and just let things be. And Mercury is helping that situation though, but by being in the 9th house with the Sun. But yeah, but just generally speaking, it's good to know that, you know, this is literally a time that for you guys, you know, it's just take it easy. If you're tired, get some rest, have a bath, you know, go for a swim, meditate, etc. Don't, you know, because this is very much to do with like people can actually have falls, break bones, etc. In fact, that has just happened to one of my family members. Had a fall and broke their hip, so just be aware. And also Mercury for you rules 7th and the 10th house. It's actually in the 9th house, so that creates two wonderful Raj Yogas. It's sitting there with the 9th house ruler anyway, so that's another Raj Yoga. It's also been aspected by Jupiter too, so it's multiple good things going on in your chart, so you know, it's fantastic. Then we have the nodes. So as I said, you know, Rahu is all about like new creative things, new ideas, tapping into all these wonderful things. So your 5th house has been expanded, and maybe also creating a new relationship with your children, really, in a sense as well, like doing different things with them if they're a bit younger or if they're older, just, you know, really using the wisdom of Jupiter to actually have those wonderful conversations and fun times together. Now, what's also happening here is I would probably say now, those of you who are single, there's still a chance till 30th of not that there isn't after that, but you know, having both Rahu and Jupiter there, it could be that you still have these chances to meet partners if you're single, or you can put a lot more romance into your relationship as you have now. But also from there is what's happening is Ketu is sitting in your 11th house. So the relationships or communities that you're with, they're much more, you want to be with more spiritual groups. You want to be more with more kind and service-oriented friends, really. Friends you have worked with in previous lives, really. More humanitarian-hearted. I don't mean charity. I don't really like big charities. I always say this, don't give them the money because, oh my gosh, don't. Anyway, and so what's happening now is you're really getting to know these spiritual groups really well and planning things together, which is amazing. You have Mars, which is your 5th and 12th house ruler in the 10th house. So what's happening is those of you who are doing more kind of charity-based, humanitarian-based, community-based, you know, work. Wow, that is just like going to be, because Mars is in the 10th house and it's fantastic. You're learning some skills, you're connecting with people who are really kind-hearted, grow vegetables and fruits, and you know, learning all kinds of things. But Virgo is very much about agriculture, nutrition, health stuff, you know, just like really amazing. And very, very service oriented. This is the natural 6th house of the zodiac, so it's very good for all forms of nutrition, health, yoga, Pilates, swimming, etc. Fantastic. But I have to say, not only, but it's really good. The jobs that you're doing, you're getting lots of respect. Whatever you do, whether it's in, whether you are in more like a builder, or if you are somebody who deals with like creative work on computers and stuff, graphic design, anything like that. This is just an amazing time having Mars there. Mars is also aspecting your 4th house as well, which means that you could also be like looking to actually change your home or buy something abroad. And it's aspecting your 1st house, putting more energy into yourself. And so, but you've got to be careful, you know, because Mars is ultimately Mars, and it is a little bit like doing things fast without really thinking. And obviously we've got Sun and Saturn opposite each other, so we've got to be careful. And also what happens now is like Mars is also aspecting the 5th house and protecting the 5th house, which is amazing. So putting energy into doing fun things. So let's go to Venus. Venus, obviously, for Sagittarians, is not the great planet because it rules the 6th house, but it is sitting in the 8th house, so it creates a Viparit Raj Yoga. So you're learning some some things which are really helpful for you during this time, whilst Venus is there and has been retrograde in Cancer. So it's been a little bit difficult in terms of money and keeping up with your bills and stuff. But don't worry, because this is literally Viparit Raja Yoga. Through that difficulty, there's going to be magical things happening, which is going to suddenly change your fortunes. And at this moment, when this is on, the 7th, you have like an exchange between Venus and Moon, which is fantastic. And it happens again in a few days, where there's an exchange between 6th and 8th house. So it just means that basically everything will just work out well in the end, and there are going to be some lessons that are going to be good. So if during this time also, if you haven't had any money, you haven't had a job, if you do something of selfless, without pay or anything, for other people, being of service, it's going to be amazing, particularly if it's for women, particularly if it's for healing, for growing, anything to do with food, etc. will be amazing. Is that everything? I think that's everything. Okay, let's go to the 10th now. So Moon goes into own sign. So now 8th and 6th house ruler are in the 8th house together. Viparit Raj Yoga continues at this point again. So sudden changes in your work, sudden changes in your health situation. So if you have been suffering for a bit, you start pulling yourself out and actually look at natural ways of looking after it too, because the 6th house has that Virgo feeling to it. And also, if you think nourishment is Cancer, so those kind of things will be amazing. And, this is a soft sign, and it's got 2 soft planets in it. And it really is nice to listen to the mothers and other females who have got a lot of wisdom, to just see how they used to do things through your grandparents' heritage, etc. Then we have... and it could also be, just going back to this, it could also be that emotional release, holding on to things that were holding you back, any bad feelings, just letting them go will really help you. Now, Moon goes into Leo, so 8th house ruler in the 9th house. So there could be some change in your luck, some change in your opportunities. And obviously what happens then, literally, we have a new moon occurring in your 9th house. So it's all about things to do with 9th house, opportunities, luck, wisdom, knowledge, that kind of thing. And some studying, some learning, some travel, really sudden, will be the focus for you for the next 2 weeks, which will also activate your 10th house of work, 7th house of relationships. So this could be like, if there's a sudden change and in your job, and you start a job, for example, you could also meet your future spouse there, or you could meet people who can help you find a really good job. So be open to those kind of things, or maybe if you have a partner, through them, a good job or a good situation, some change in your luck could happen. It's nice. And then we have Moon and Mars in your 10th house. So some research stuff going on, some changes in work, that kind of thing. But what it does, Moon aspects the 4th house, which is lovely, and kind of softens things at home, so that you're not so, if you were agitated at home, then that's just like calming the situation there for you. And what happens next is Mercury goes direct, and still sitting there with the Sun, but what happens is, within a day or two, depending on where you are, Sun travels into your 10th house. So now we have Sun and Mars, both of them having directional strength, which is amazing, in your 10th house. And Moon is there, but Moon will be just traveling out very quickly. So this is now very poignant time. So if things have not happened for you, they could happen. We just got to be careful with the Sun, because obviously the Sun is ego. It could make us feel as though we're a little bit more, everybody is important. There's nobody more important. We just got different skills. But it's just good to remember that, and just, I have to say that because I've also got like, this applies to me as well. So sometimes it's not a bad thing to just bring myself down a peg or two. And when I don't do it, the universe does that for me. So anyway, on the 18th also we have Swati Moon Moon sitting with Ketu, you really enjoy being with your groups of friends and everything, doing fun things, going out for a meal, going out to hear live band or dancing or something. It's a very psychic, intuitive moon. You could get like lots of downloads. You could get like your intuition, your pineal gland can really activate during this time, particularly if you stop using fluoride. And also your gut feeling, they could really direct you and get those psychic abilities really sharpened. How you do your intentions is on white paper, blue ink. You give gratitude to the universe always for your blessings, and then ask in detail exactly what you want. You want a man? You want a lady? What would you like? And, you know, obviously, you know, just got to be reasonable as well sometimes and be kind. Job, what sort of money do you want? You know, what kind of conditions, what sort of pension, opportunities, etc. What kind of colleagues? And so this is amazing. Put it all down. Once you've written it, give gratitude and thanks, and then place it in the northwest of your property. And then, I'm going to go back actually. Also, just remember that Moon and Venus are still in an exchange. So it could be sudden changes in your groups of friends too, because 8th house and 11th house ruler. Sudden gains. You could suddenly gain money. You know, this is pretty something. Remember 18th, 19th could be really poignant for that. But if you put your intentions out on the 18th, really put out, because it could be sudden change in your gains. And those of you also who've been studying, you can suddenly get like a really good grade too, and an accolade that you, or certification that you weren't expecting to be as good. Then we have Moon in the 12th house, which is actually, although it's a little bit kind of weak there, but you know, this positive Mars is in the 10th house, so it's nice and strong. But this could also mean that, you know, it's a moon that needs to relax and stop being so much out there, needs to be more internal, more reflective. More reflective moon and mind, rest in the mind, means that you actually are able to create more benevolence in your life, really. So it's good to know that. And then you have Moon in the first house. Some changes, you know, might dye your hair like I did, or you know, do something different, change the way you dress or something. Some sort of change is nice. And then we have Moon opposite Venus again. So like second house is occupied by the 8th house, sort of some changes in your income. And Venus is, you know, so it just means that maybe because 8th house has been protected by the moon, if you had any debts, you might be able to pay them off. You have some income that will help towards that. Bring it on. Moon and Saturn together. So this is a bit, Saturn calms that. I mean, obviously it's quite intense planet, but for a couple of days, we're going to just be a bit more grounded. You know, Mercury is the answer there, because what Mercury is just, you know, just read a book, just chill, you know, and it's really good to just stop having so much. Saturn actually there is really good at stopping all technology and just be, you know, read something or go and cook something, be around your friends, that kind of thing. Just calm things down, spend a bit of time doing something for your mum. So here we are now, getting to the end of the month, and literally on the 29th, we have a full moon occurring in your 4th house. Moon has got directional strength. Change in your abode. Maybe you're repairing something that's long needed to do that. Maybe you're doing that for your car, doing something for your mum. Maybe your mum needs your help during this time. And also, you know, because Mars is there, you know, it's a time to think about all the things that you want to, you know, change in your life. So do I want to change my home? Do I want to, you know, go traveling? That kind of thing. Start planning. So once you start planning and put things out, the thoughts and the words, always do them with empowerment. You know, don't sort of think, oh, I've got no money. No, I'm having money. It's in my account, and that's going to cover the holiday I'm going to have. Say it with, you know, because it's a full moon. It can actually give you what you need and you'd like. That's it. So enjoy it, feel empowered, and it's a nice one. So I wish you a very good rest of September. Thank you for thank you for being here with me, and I'll see you soon. Thank you.